Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while talking about anything that floats to the forefront of my cluttered and sometimes filthy mind. On sticking with the lesbian theme, something really odd I thought I'd share with you. It's kind of a cute story. You notice my flower is now visible. It was not visible before. It was all lounging around, and everybody's lounging now in honor of me, I'm sure. When I first moved to Houston, my brother and I shared a flat, as they say. And he had this friend. It was a one-bedroom, whatever, who cares, I don't even know. Oh yeah, I do know what this has to do with it. It was one bed, and yeah, my brother and I slept in the same bed, you know. Oh my God, scandal. It was no big deal, ladies and gentlemen. So, at any rate, because that's the only place we could sleep. So, at any rate, he had this friend that was, I forget her name, I'm going to call her Jean, because I just forget her name. I think it started with a J. And she was fixing to go into the Air Force, I believe it was, or the Army or something. But she was almost convinced she was a lesbian, but she wasn't sure about it yet. And she was like desperate to be with a woman, and all this jazz and all these. She was wild, though. She used to, how can I put this in a family viewing manner, family friendly? She used to relieve tension, take matters into her own hand while driving in Houston traffic. Okay, like as the driver, not a passenger. Get it? Okay. So at any rate, one night she wanted to go to this lesbian bar. Mind you, I'm 19. I'm from Conneaut Lake, Pennsylvania. Population 700. I was not raised to be any, like, prejudice or, like, hate gays or anything like that. But I'd never been exposed to that world. Exposed. So, we ended up going to this bar. It's called Kindred Spirits, and we're out together, wild and crazy and drunk and all this. I got totally lost from her. It was one of those bars where there was a main level, and then there was a set of, like, 3 or 4 stairs on this side. Then you could walk around and come down the stairs as well, like a different set. And I totally get lost from this woman. I'm surrounded by lesbians. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And thank God, some nice women took me under their wing, so to speak, and were trying to help me find her. And I'm explaining to them, oh, my friend thinks she's a lesbian, she's not sure. And oh my God, I must have sounded like a heck, which I was. Now I'm just a refined lady, don't you know? At any rate, I could not find her. So I go up the steps again, and I'm on the other level. I start to come down the other steps, ladies and gentlemen, only to find Jean literally rolling around on the ground, making out with this Hispanic woman wildly. I mean, they all but got it on right there in that Kindred Spirits bar. I could not believe it. So we gathered our thoughts. She was all looking love and stuff, and they exchanged phone numbers. They exchanged a lot more later. I got to hear all those details as well. So we went out to Denny's and we ate and stuff, and we were both pretty tipsy, and her vehicle wouldn't start. This was in the day when I think police officers are more inclined to be peace officers, especially if you were 2 white women. Let me not, glorify them all that much. But they literally gave us a ride home, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't arrest us for public drunkenness or any of that jazz. They knew the car wouldn't start. They knew we were drunk. They drove us home. So we ended up, we slept in the same bed because it was the only bed there, and I don't know where Blaney slept. He might have had a date that night. He used to be a wild man. And he came home in the morning and was, like, totally freaked out. He thought that this Jean woman, like, took advantage of his younger sister to experiment and see if she was a lesbian. And he was all concerned and everything. It was very cute and very valiant. I don't know the word. At least it doesn't obfuscate. Get it? Obfuscate. Okay. At any rate, there's another lesbian. All these lesbian stories are now floating to the forefront of my cluttered mind, and I thought that I would share them with you. Turns out she did go into the military. I believe she got into trouble for fooling around with another gal in said military. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while talking about lesbianic action.